think this will be a fairly short one. However, you never know with Rob Daniel, correct? Whether it's going to be short or whether it's not going to be short. One of the biggest, here's the title. Here is the word for the day. And I wonder how many of us do this. Excuses. Excuses. How many of us have excuses? How many of us are always giving excuses? How many of us are always talking and we don't even know sometimes that we even give an excuse and we give an excuse? That's Gerard. He gives me excuses all the time. He doesn't even know he's giving me excuses. And so again, I hope he's frozen or he's looking at me like he's about to hurt me. Okay. So this is about the time, last week we talked about being omnipresent, being everywhere. And I really believe that. You're going to see me on Facebook quite a bit here soon. I'm getting ready to really launch where we have our Rob bomb right here. I'm getting ready to absolutely launch my YouTube channel. Get ready, because Rob is about to be everywhere. You're going to see me here. You're going to see me there. You're going to see me teaching on YouTube. You're going to see me do shorts on YouTube. You're going to see me doing all kinds of different things. And by the way, I haven't mastered it yet. However, I am learning it so well, and I'm reading about it, the YouTube channel. This is a deal. This is a real deal. You guys need to start. I know some of you say, well, I can't talk on video. Well, we'll have to figure that one out, because I think that you can. Sometimes you don't have to be like me or anything on that line. So let's talk about excuses though, but you got to be present everywhere. I think this is a great time to talk about excuses because everyone uses excuses. I don't want us to sit back and say to ourselves, no, I never give excuses. No, I'm not going to, I'm always taking full responsibility, which we ought to take full responsibility. What is your excuse today for moving forward? What is your excuse today from getting to where you want to be? Again, I talk about being a mentor to you. I talk about being your coach. I talk about doing some things, but what excuses are you given? Here's the definition of an excuse. An excuse is a justification for doing or not doing something. It absolutely is. Excuses aren't always a bad thing. Excuses can be something that, okay, I've got to do this, and you have an excuse of doing something. However, the dictionary calls it a reason. A reason. That's why we probably have the bold law. Diana made those bold laws up, and she probably read in the dictionary reason. You can have reasons or results, and you cannot have both. Let me say that one more time. You can have reasons or results, and you cannot have both. In other words, you can have excuses or results, and you cannot have both. So let me read this to you. Excuses are never the reason for why you did or didn't do something. Hold on to your chair. They're just a revision of the facts that you make up in order to help yourself feel better about what happened or what didn't happen. I sat back and I thought about that for just a moment. Do I make up excuses, or do I give excuses so that I can feel better? Probably. Whenever people start coming in late to things, or people are late, they always have an excuse for why they're late. Okay. They always have. I can remember teaching classes all over the United States, and people would come in late to the class. And do you know what their number one excuse was? Number one, always. And it was all across the United States. That's right. I saw your lips there, Anita. Traffic. Absolutely. Always traffic. They never took responsibility and said to themselves, and by the way, it was every week it was traffic. So there is traffic. Should you leave a little earlier? Okay. So take it back to this. Excuses are for people who refuse to take responsibility for their life and how it turns out. Is your life where you want it to be? Are you making the money that you want to make? Are you living where you want to live? Are you doing what you want to do? Or do you have excuses of why you are not there? Well, let me give you some of the excuses. Get ready. Here's some boring. I'm going to help you with this. The first thing that you need to know about excuses is that they will never improve your situation. The second thing to know is which ones you use on a regular basis. Did you hear what I said there? Do you know what excuses you use on a regular basis? That's an interesting thought. If you know that, go ahead and put it over into the chat room if you can. I mean, if you're willing to. Okay, so are you ready for some excuses? I'm going to give it, we ought to have a book of excuses. I bet there are one. I bet somebody has written that. I bet if you go look at Amazon, you could probably can order that. And you could say, number 52, page 8, 107. That's my excuse today. So what are some of the excuses? Let's think about what some of these excuses are. You ready? I don't have the money. I have kids. I don't have kids. I am married. I am not married. I have to find balance in my life. I am overworked. I am underworked. Too many people work here. Don't have enough people. I don't have time to study. By the way, just a note on that. I didn't get I finished my bachelor's degree after 45 years. And and I graduated last year. And for about 4 or 5 years online, I was getting my bachelor's degree. Guess what? I was, again, I know I wake up early, but I was waking up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning just to study and get those papers in and all those things that you have to write. I don't have time for anything. The customer won't call me back. People won't set my appointment. They cancel the appointment. The economy is bad. I am tired. I need a vacation. People I work with are losers. I'm depressed. I'm sick. Traffic is terrible. Oh my gosh, are you bored yet? How many excuses can we give? Oh, we got plenty, man. We can rock the excuses. I can promise you that. An excuse is just an alteration of reality. An excuse is just an alteration of reality. Nothing about it will move you to a better situation. The fact that the customer doesn't have the money, or people don't have the money, or will not help you close your deal, the fact that you only have bad luck is not going to improve the conditions of your life. What excuse do you have today for not picking up the phone and making some phone calls? What excuse do you have? I guarantee you have some. I guarantee you have some, right? Now, this book, this is what I'm teaching out of, the 10X. This book focuses on many differences between successful and unsuccessful. Now, here's the deal. There's a very, very distinct similarity, if I'm saying that right, is that successful people simply don't make excuses, right? Successful people just simply don't make excuses. Gosh, please understand this. I'm really going to pour my heart out to you right now. I know some of you here want to sell 30, 40, 50, 70, 100, 200 houses a year. I know you do. You got to stop all the excuses that you have, and you got to figure this thing out. You got to stop all the excuses. Ask questions if you want to ask questions, but you just got to stop and wake up every morning and take massive action. No more time to have excuses. If I don't know how old you are, I just want to say this to you. I've made a lot of money all my life, and I've lost a lot of money all my life. I didn't make some of the right decisions with the money that I made. I've made millions of dollars. And I've lost millions of dollars. However, I am right now, I'm almost 68 years old. And I'm saying to you, my gosh, if it's not me, get somebody else. But get someone to help you and mentor you and encourage you to stop giving excuses and get on with this thing and work all day if you have to. Right now, I know some of you know some things have happened in my life over the last 2 or 3, 4 months. And I'm having to work more than I have in years because, again, I'm having to get back to even ground zero. Some of you can relate to that. Guess what? I wake up every morning thinking about it. I go to bed every night thinking about it. I bring my lunch to my desk and I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it right now as I'm teaching you. No excuses, no excuses, no excuses, Rob. You cannot have one excuse for not being successful in what you're doing. So if I want to take 50 people or 100 people and help them become millionaires or help them make $100,000 or $500,000, I am going to find those people. I think most of you know that anyway. Nothing happens to you. Listen, it happens because of you. Nothing happens to you. It happens because of you. Again, whether, and Anita and I were talking about this yesterday, I think it was, she's more of an introvert, but she's, you can be an introvert, you can be an extrovert. Let me say to everyone here, an extrovert sometimes is just all over the place, right? I know me, I'm all over the place and I do not like details. I like Keisha and Dave, my assistants, doing the details. Many times introverted people love details and they don't want to get out there and they don't rock and roll. But let me say this to you, to all the people that are introverts, you've got something inside of you that maybe some of us don't have, man. You've got that intensity inside of you. You got to use it. And you extroverts, you got to sometimes calm it down just a little bit and channel it. I hope that just remember, nothing happens to you. It happens because of you. Everything that happens today is because of you. What are you going to do today? At the end of the day, did you get an appointment? At the end of the day, did you get something? Okay. So think about this. You know, if you make success an option, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, because I think this is the most powerful statement there is. If you make success an option, then it won't be an option for you. Let me say that one more time. If you make success an option, then it won't be an option for you. It's that simple, because you won't be, because again, you're making excuses about being successful. So I know today that might have hurt some people. It hurt me. It hurt me just talking about it. Because again, I kind of raise my hand. Sometimes I give excuses for not doing this or not doing that. Sometimes I give excuses for procrastinating. And I do procrastinate sometimes. I don't like it. However, many times I don't procrastinate, and you don't need to either. We got things to do, everyone. You've got things to do. Let's go be successful together. Let's fight together. Let's work together. Let's have fun together. And let's rock this house. Okay? Talk to you later. See ya.